Hello friends and gamers, my name is Jinx and welcome to Operation Hats. This is July 1938 and the 5th Italian turn, and it should be an exciting turn as the Italians are going to go to war. World War II has not quite kicked off. It looks like the Italians are going to be the ones that can open and start this whole process. I guess the Japanese are at war with the Chinese nations, but right now it's going to be interesting because the Italians can kick things off and really start the ball rolling. Let's get started ourselves with a production chart here. We have 11 bucks to spend. We're going to finish our heavy cruiser that was in the production queue and build a submarine. Now, what about our attacks? Well, we're going to start off here from Tripolitania. One infantry is going to march over into French Tunisia. Looking over on our other side here, we're going to make an attack on Cairo. So from Tobruk, we have 2 fighters and a tactical bomber going to attack that area. A naval transport is going to come from M8 to M4, pick up a mountain infantry from Sicily and an infantry from Tobruk, and cruise on back into the sea zone, dropping them off in the state of Lower Egypt here. The British have 4 infantry defending in the desert. A heavy cruiser is going to come across as well to do some short bombarding, and we're also going to assist with 2 Marines coming in from northern Italy, loading on board this naval transport in the Tyrrhenian Sea. M3 coming across to the sea zone of M8, and going to see if that makes the difference of the enemy having a few extra dudes in the fight here, so that'll be fun stuff. A seaplane is going to come across from Tobruk over to M9, engaging that British submarine. And as for the rest of it, from M4 we have a regular submarine. It's going to do a convoy to M8, and we're going to send 3 coastal subs to engage this Anzac destroyer at M8 as well. Although perhaps I should have sent an additional one. And then up north here, we have a little attack going into southern France, a motorized and 2 infantry coming across to southern France, and an anti-aircraft gun. Now, I reached out to my opponent to see if his French fighter wants to scramble into southern France. My thinking is he doesn't. I haven't heard back from him, but I have an anti-aircraft gun that will be able to roll in that fight if that aircraft scrambles. And also, at the end of the day, even if the French win in southern France, it's not going to hold up the Germans if they eventually do decide to attack France. And the Germans, being a peaceful, loving people, aren't guaranteed to do that. But in this case, it's not going to make much of a difference. So I suspect France is going to hold back onto its French fighter and utilize it in case it needs to scramble in any adjacent areas or in Paris itself. So that's the situation as we see it right now. All right, and I believe that is it altogether for all our units on the board. All our attacks are declared. Moving on to, well, let's start off with our first attack here. In southern France, we have 3 units at 3 and 1 enemy unit at 3 units at 1 rather, and 1 enemy unit rolling at a 2. So it kind of starts off at fairly even odds, and we'll see how it goes. I have a little bit more cannon fodder than the enemy, but we'll see how it goes. No luck on the first roll, all too high. All right, so now we get to roll. Since we're out of the mountains, we need to roll 2s here now. So we have 3 times the combat value as our opponents. Let's see if we succeeded. We haven't, but they have succeeded. I thought we had a success here, but no, that was a 5. So we still have 2 of our units attacking. We could, of course, take our anti-aircraft as casualty as well, but we're not going to do that right now. We're going to see how these dice roll out. Nothing yet. So one more time here. Nothing yet. Okay. Something's got to break at some point. There's a miss and a miss on, so that was what, round number 3. This might take us into round 4 here. And we scored a hit, the enemy didn't. So there we have it. We've lost 1 unit in that territory, and that kind of completes it for the Italians in French-owned territory. Come here. Italian occupation roundel. We're going to put one in Tripolitania up here, or Tunisia rather. Let me just reduce this real quick. And then I'll clone this and paste it somewhere up here. So we did lose a unit, unfortunately. We're going to take off our infantry and place it here. Okay, we'll adjust the income a little bit later on. Turning our attention to this situation here, we're going to engage our 3 coastal subs against the Anzac destroyer. Again, the odds aren't fantastic. He'll be rolling 4s, we'll be rolling 2s. Let's see what those results are. And we scored a hit right off the hop, so that's fantastic news. Scored 2 hits right off the hop. That's really good. All right, while we're here, we're going to do our attack against the enemy submarine there with our seaplane, rolling out a 3 or less. We have 1 round of combat here that we could make a judgment, and we missed on that one. That was only a 25% chance, so pretty slim odds. But we managed to take out this Anzac destroyer, and without too much of a hardship there. And this seaplane could eventually come back. All right, now while we're here, perhaps we're gonna roll our d6s here for the convoy rating. Kind of get all the less crucial stuff out of the way. I'm gonna make this blue one stand in for the defense, and the red is gonna be offense. So we get a +2 on our attack roll here, our rating roll, because we have a submarine. And looks like they managed to skedaddle without a single hit. That's too bad. All right. I believe that about covers all of our attacks. Submarines have gone, seaplanes gone, everything's gone. We've captured France. Now we turn our attention to Cairo itself. All right. So we have a couple of rolls here we have to roll initially. One will be the orange here will stand in for the hold on. They'll stand in for the battleship. So that one we need to roll a 4, and the red we need to roll a 2. So hopefully we score maybe 1 or 2 successes. Let's see. We succeeded with the orange one here, the battleship. I have a 3. All right, that's nice. That's really nice. So that means one of the enemy units is not going to be able to participate in the fight. So it happens prior to the combat. So we take off one of their dudes and one of their dice. All right, now we move on to the turn proper, starting with all these dice here. Now it's going to be roughly color coded, right? Green for that column. So I see we got 1 hit here. The green scored 1 hit, so we have 3 hits. So we've basically won this fight in 1 round. Good stuff for us. Now we turn our attention to the enemy. Now, there's no way they could win this one, but they could definitely cause us a lot of hurt. So let's see if they have caused us a lot of hurt. Luckily, they only hit us once, so that's good news for us. We've managed to capture Cairo, taking off 3 enemy infantry, and we have to take off our marine. Oops, I have a mountain here instead of regular infantry. So we've captured the territory. I could safely delete this because everything else is up here already. So we take off enemy 4 units. One of our marines. I happen to get lucky and take off the right one. Oh yeah, that one wants to go over there. Sure, why not? I'll go over there. All right. So because of our shore bombardment, we can actually go straight into port, which we will do. I can't see why we wouldn't. Let's make this a little bit better. And this way, the enemy has a little bit harder chance to reach us. This took some thinking on how to get away with this properly. Put our units into here. Now, there we have it. Those guys are in port. These submarines are here in the water. The seaplane can come off in non-combat, come back to this position here in Tobruk. Our airplanes as well can come back to this position here. Our 3 dudes are present here in Lower Egypt. And now we turn our attention to our sea zone stuff. So we're going to park these guys in port in Tripoli. Now I really hope I didn't mess anything up. And this makes sense. And these ships are going to come around the long way. 1, 2, 3 over here. That position there. And by my math, the enemy can't get us because they don't have any naval transports in any sufficient area. So the nearest one they have is our French. There's a couple over here, but they're 1, 2, 3, a little too far. 1, 2, 3, a little too far to get to Egypt. And this one, 1, 2, 3, can get over there. Can go over there, but a little bit too weak for their purposes. With 3 infantry there, plus the 2 militia, no enemy aircraft, a couple shore bombards. It'll be a tough one, especially with no marines. So I'm thinking we might have this one settled in our favor for a second. Of course, the mighty superiority of the British fleet can make short work of us in the Mediterranean. So we're hiding in our little ports, hoping that nobody will catch us. All right, turning our attention to the income. So the French income has gone down. Well, first of all, they're at wartime income because that just makes all kinds of sense. So they're 18, but they're -2 because we captured southern France and Tripoli. So that's all good. And let's see. Then we have, hold on, I guess we go full income. Full income. Full income. Full income. Makes sense. Let's see if this works. No, that's not right. Great Britain shouldn't be down there. Wartime should be at 25, I think. They're down by 2. So they're at 20. Oh, no, they're not. They're only down by 1. The French, for that matter, are down by 2 right here. Yeah, it doesn't quite line up. So keep in mind, if somebody hits this reset button, then the situation here in over here might be a little bit off, as it wants to drag itself to the side there. Okay, that means the Italian income has gone up a little bit to 13, so it's already present over here. And we also managed to get our little income bonus. Do we have a roundel nearby? I don't see any nearby roundel. Maybe. Gibraltar. I think that's all we get. We don't get the Suez one, but we do get, sorry, I guess we do get Suez. And that's it. So we have 13 bucks. 1, 2, 3. Is that right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think that's about it. 13 bucks. All right, and we get to put these guys down. So we're going to put one of these fellas in port here. One of those fellas in port, and the other, this submarine is going to just simply go in the Tyrrhenian Sea over here. Come on. And I do believe, gentlemen, that's about it. So if there's any questions that people have to ask, please feel free to let me know. I hope I made it sufficiently clear for all involved. What did we say? 13 bucks? Plus 2. So we're at 15 bucks to spend on the subsequent turn. So, you know, we double, well, not double. We have 50% more income than we had previously, so that's quite nice. Now we'll go over to the income rolls. Not income rolls. The tech chart here. Now let's see if we get lucky rolling an improved construction. We've missed the last 4. And it looks like we're going to miss this one again. It was almost a 10, but we missed it once again. So improved construction has failed us. Well, you know, luck could still change. Luck could still change at some point. Supposedly. All right, there's that. Okay, gentlemen, I think that's everything that needs to be said for right now. I will wish you all a good night and many successes to the Italians, hopefully, as they endeavor to capture enemy territory abroad and at home. Thanks all. Cheers.